work this early. You're probably used to getting coffee, sure. All right, we have a new season. So I'm sitting here already on go to claim rewards. I want to open some packs. That's the biggest reason I do ranked, is I want to just maximize my opportunity to get packs. I don't care as much about the rank. I'm not as competitive as I used to be. It's just not my thing. But I want packs, so I'm going to go ahead and stay in the rank ladder and get those packs. This is pretty cool cosmetics. I definitely don't care about cosmetics. I'm way too utilitarian for that, but I do like this card, and so why not get some cool cosmetics if it's free, right? You'll never catch me paying for it though. Yeah, I don't do a lot of limited, as I said before. I'm just not that good at it. It's fun. I tell you what, I found that so drafting even in person is still not my favorite thing to do, but there's been some really cool limited products. So I did the Jumpstart with my son a while back. We just bought three. Is it 3 packs? So we got no, it's 2 packs. So we did 4, 2 each. So we did Jumpstart in paper, and that was a lot of fun. So limited can totally be fun. I just don't care for it in arena. I don't really care for draft in general. But we're gonna do some. Not probably not a lot, but we're gonna do some. I mean, I always try to do some, just because I like to stay in the habit and the practice, and I like to at least make an attempt at trying to get gems out of the deal on arena. So there's that. Let's see if there's any. Sometimes they give away. I say giveaway. I mean, it's practically a giveaway. The coins and gems in the store. So we'll check that out. I always go to the store. Oh, and when they discount packs, I always do that. Those are the 3 things I guess I look for. If they have discounted gems or gold or a discounted pack, I go ahead and buy a discounted pack. Is it worth it? Well, to me it is. So we got our discounted pack. Now we got a bunch of packs to open. So that's always fun. We'll get those open, and then we will get going here in some gameplay. But why not crack some packs? The most fun we're going to have all day, right? Got another wild card, but that's a common. I got plenty of those. And a big reveal. Crawling Barrens. Ooh, I don't know if I have this in any of my decks. Not something I play. Yeah, meh. Good morning, Jeff, on YouTube. Let's see what we got next. Was that a gold wild card? Oh, yeah, because we filled up another one. Nice. That's always fun. Modal lands, they're cool. I use some of them. Maddening Cacophony. Each opponent mills 8 cards. If this spell was kicked, instead each opponent mills half their library. If you're a mill player, it's a great card. I don't particularly care to play mill, although I did work really hard to build a self-mill deck one time, but I'm so bad at building blue because I hate the things that blue does, and so it just felt so wrong I couldn't do it. Like I started putting counter spells in the deck, and I was like, I don't even know if I want to play these, and it just didn't go well. Yeah. Alright, decent stuff. And, each player can't cast more than 1 spell. So, I guess if that was target player, it'd be fine, but I don't know that I've ever played a deck where I was comfortable only playing 1 spell per turn, so not sure how I feel about that. That's more of a control thing. I definitely don't. Ooh, we got more wild cards coming. Nice. I saw today, just today, somebody posted that they were leaving this open, or not leaving it open, but leaving it closed rather, and just kept, let it kept going. And I'm like, what's the point in that? You're going to get more wild cards, yes, but if you open it, it's going to build up until you get more wild cards. Why you would do that? But I feel like this is a good limited card, and here I am talking about what would be a good limited card as somebody who doesn't play a lot of it. But I don't ever see me putting this into a constructed deck. I don't know if I'm down with that. All right, Wayward Guide Beast. I don't know if I have enough of these to put in a deck. I don't have a like typical red deck wins deck right now. But I'm not opposed to building one, and I feel like this would be a pretty good one. 2/2 trample haste. I mean the trample, if you don't beef it up, it's kind of like meh. But the haste on a 2/2 for one, that's very red deck wins. Um, and so you can return a land to owner's hand. Like, okay, so you'd really want to build around landfall. So this might not be a straight mono red, although there are some. It could be. It could be. Definitely could be. I don't know if I would do it that way or not. Um, all right, anything cool before we get to the big reveal? I don't know. Kaza, Royal Chaser. I don't think I've built around this at all, or even put this in a build. Instant sorcery spell. Although I do have some decks that could work. Where X is the number of wizards you control. Okay, I built. I first saw it a few years ago, or it might have been less than that, but anyway, roughly a few years ago on MTG Goldfish. Um, which if you don't follow them, you should. But a Wizards March, so it was Wizards and oh gosh, what's the name of the other card? Um, oh, it slipped my mind. But anyway, it's March is part of the name. I know that. And it basically, when you cast a creature, it creates tokens, which you have to flip coins for it. And I built it around Wizards, and this might go really well in that. I have to think about that because I still have a version of that deck in Historic. So, Kaladesh. So Demolition Stomper can't be blocked by creatures power 2 or less. That's actually not too bad, but it's pretty heavy on cost. Rashmi. I don't know if I have. I don't have a lot of Kaladesh yet. So whenever you cast your first spell, each turn reveal the top card of your library. You may cast it without paying its mana cost if it's a spell with lesser converted mana cost. If you don't cast it, put it into your hand. Whenever you cast your first, so it's on your first spell, but you can reveal the top card and cast it without paying your mana cost. That's really good. I mean, obviously it's a mythic, but still, like, really good in the sense that I could see me building around that. Although Simic isn't a color combination I do a lot with, but I have a really fun Simic Ascendancy deck that, if you don't know that card, it wins by getting 20 counters on it. It's an enchantment. This doesn't necessarily fit that because it doesn't do anything with counters, but depending on how the build goes, I might could put it in there. All right, that's all the packs. I'm not going to wait on the vault. Let's get that going. So we have some wild cards to work with. If you watched yesterday, I messed around with this really ridiculous cats deck that when I initially built it, I was just trying to figure out which cats were going to stay and which were going to go. And so when I picked it up yesterday, I had no removal, I don't think I had anything literally but lands and cats. So I tweaked it, worked on it. We might try it again today. I don't know if we'll start with it or not. I like to focus on the quest, so we got blue or black. I'm pretty sure I don't have a Dimir deck, so we might go with something that's just going to catch those colors. We did some mono black yesterday. So since we're starting a new season, I think what I'd like to do is to try to get out of gold as quick as I can. So I think the best way to get out of gold quickly is probably going to be either this Flyers deck, which is super consistent. It's very aggro, which is really cool because, I mean, white is good at aggro and blue can be, but you don't typically think of this combination as aggro. So this is kind of a fun deck, and it's pretty consistent. I mean, aggro can be consistent depending on the meta. So let's do that. Let's see if we can't get out of gold with our Flyers. One of the cards that I love the most in this deck, but I really, really like it in paper, Sephira's Skyblade. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it gives all your Flyers indestructible. And I have a lot of commander decks that lean heavily on Flyers. I say a lot, at least 2, maybe 3. And different variants. One's an Angels deck. One's a it's a build around Kaikar, or sometimes I call her Kikar because I can't pronounce words right. Um, the was it Wind's Fury? Kaikar Wind's Fury, and she creates a spirits, and so it's a really good card to put in there too. But it surprises me how cheap it is in paper. Now, of course, none of that matters in Arena because it's going to cost you a wild card, but it's like $1 or less in paper, and I know it's a costly. Oh my goodness, I can't get my land combination right here. Um, yeah, not sure what's going on. I can't believe it, but I think I'm gonna mulligan again. Oh, okay. We'll keep. Jeez, I don't remember my land ever being that difficult in this deck. All right, we have to pull something else. All right. Luckily, we pulled an Ornithopter. One of my favorite cards in Magic the Gathering. Not because of its power necessarily, although it is nice to have a 0 cost artifact that you can give power to, which we're about to do with favorable winds. Well, I say about to. I gotta draw a land. I can't believe this. And one of my lands just got milled. Okay. This mill deck that we're up against, I typically do really well against it with a lot of decks. I don't feel like mill is strong, even though it's an easy build with these ruin crabs. But we're gonna be lucky to do anything right now. This is nuts. Yep, there goes our cards. Bye bye cards. Oh goodness, my alarm's gonna go off here in a minute as it did yesterday. I haven't changed it yet because one of the crazy things about my schedule right now is my wife used to use my alarm on my phone for her wake up call, and yeah, I'm gonna have to change that. Unless you guys want to hear my alarm, and you don't. Oh, here we go. Everything's getting milled. So, I talked yesterday about that Cats deck not having removal. I really don't have much removal in this deck, but that was kind of on purpose. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Let's get out of this and try again and do something that's going to work. But like I was saying, this deck is so focused on aggro that typically it functions fine without the removal. Usually with any deck, you almost always want at least some interaction, whether it's, white likes to exile stuff, counter spells, whatever you want to do. But, yep, there we go. There's the alarm. Now we just gotta hope my wife wakes up. And if she doesn't, I blame it on you guys. Just kidding. Alright. Let's see. Let's do that again and hopefully have some land. So here's the crazy thing. I have literally won games with this deck with 2 land. It just doesn't need much because it's so low cost aggro. And again, that's the other reason why I don't have any heavy removal, because it's going to move so fast that I almost... Oh, yeah. See, I wish that was my shock land. I could have gotten my curve going a little bit better, but it's not. So what that means is we're going to be a little bit behind curve because we can't cast Curious Obsession this turn, or it will go away because we're not going to be able to attack this turn. Alright, here we go. So... Alright, we're going to scry this turn so that we can cast, not that we can, but because we're going to cast Curious Obsession, which means we're only going to have 1 mana left. So we might as well just put the tapped land down. Ah, there we go. So getting rid of that. We'll have to kind of... Oh... Let's see. Oh, and looking at our hand. Interesting. Okay, we're playing against some. Well, I wouldn't say heavy control, but kind of heavy control on the other side. Alright, we went ahead and paid 2 life for that land, so we can get 2 creatures out, although I'm a little hesitant. I'm a little concerned now because our creature heavy deck going up against what looks like a lot of removal. Okay, so that's 2 cards they've played so far that have made us discard, so maybe that's a theme here, folks. We might be up against heavy discard. I'm not sure what I think about that. I mean, what I found typically with the heavy discard decks is, yes, I misplayed that. I should have got that out first. Yep, there we go. I should have got that card out before attacks. That other flyer would have given another +1/+1 to what's the name of that one? Sky Cat Sovereign. So, oops, misplay. More discard. I don't know. See, I feel like these decks with their discard effects, like I kind of get it. I've wanted to build around discard before, but if I don't have any cards in hand, I'm top decking, which is obviously usually a good thing for the opponent, but now that I don't have anything in hand, I can't discard anything, and if I can just play that first card before they can make me discard it, then I'm kind of staying ahead. Okay, I gotta remember Thief of Sanity, which one this is. Oh, they're gonna steal a deck from steal a card from the top of my deck. Is that right? Top 3, one of the top 3. And it has to deal combat damage to me to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and block. I'm not a big fan of letting that get through just yet. We might let it through later. Let's see. See, there we go. Discarding cards because there's nothing else to do. So now they're top decking and I'm top decking. So this can go either way. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's going their way. But I think we still have a chance to get ahead. But we're not there. Oh my goodness, not if we keep drawing land. I can't believe so last game we had to walk away because we only had 1 land the whole game, and now I'm getting too much land. Wow. And this was supposed to be my stronger deck. Well, might have put my foot in my mouth on that one. I don't think so. I think it's still a strong deck. We're just had an odd matchup here, which again, this is what happens in gold. You get these odd matchups. Didn't see stuff like this in the higher tiers. Okay, so the good thing here, unless it can be removed early, which knowing that they have a decent amount of removal, it could be removed early. If it sticks, let's see, there it goes. I was like, if it sticks, it had the lifelink that would have kept us going. That was a little unexpected. But again, it does kind of depend on draws there. The right draw, that discard deck is not that impressive. I definitely didn't have the right draw there. All right, let's try one more time. This deck has to redeem itself. This is a little crazy. If it strikes out 0 for 3, moving on. Got to move on to something else. All right, so this opening hand looks like pretty much what we want. Again, we don't need more than 2 lands most of the time. to really get this deck going, which is why it was so frustrating on the last time. But we also didn't, again, we didn't get our curve right. And see, I don't have a Curious Obsession this time, that's card draw, and that is a really big deal to this deck. It needs that extra help with card draw. Alright, so we're not going to get the extra help with card draw, but we're going over the top. Of course, seeing a Steel Leaf Champion out that early, that's horrible. We're going to really have to work on coming back from that. And again, this deck relying so heavily on the fact that it's aggressive is also starting to show its flaws. But, I don't know. It does usually work better. Alright, so I think we're going to have to double block just to get that Steel Leaf Champion out of the way, which is crazy because we're going to lose so much when we do it. But I don't think we're going to keep up if we don't. That thing is just too big and beefy. So we can double block, get rid of that, and then it's still going to be an uphill battle, but oh, I can't because this isn't a 3 power anymore, so I can't even double block it. So let's wait until we can. I mean, there's no point right now in wasting our energy trying to remove it when we can't. Alright, let's do this first. Okay, that didn't help much. Okay, so the good thing here is we can double block there. This is going to lose its 4 power at the end of the turn, and let's go ahead and guarantee at least 1 point of lifelink there. Okay, so our Watcher of the Spheres grows only during our turn when we cast flyers. So we went ahead and attacked with that. Healer's Hawk gave us a point of lifelink, so that helped. And we can now double block because we have 2 creatures with power 2 or power greater than 2. The problem is we can't block enough. There's too many elves. Yep, there's too many. 7, so we could, yep, there's just no way around it. Okay, 0 for 3. And this was one of the decks I thought was going to really do well. But we saw, oddly enough, it had the same problem as when I built that Cats deck, except, again, because this is almost intended to have that problem because it usually works its way around it. I mean, we even got down our hexproof with our, oh gosh, what's the name of it? I didn't even pay attention to, I always forget the name of that one. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that. I can't believe I forgot the name of that one. Shalai, that's her name. That's how I pronounce it. Probably wrong. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. Anyway, so we had hexproof down. We were bringing out bigger and better creatures. And again, usually it's so aggressive that, and it's in the air too, so usually it's hard to deal with aggressive flyers. So I don't know, that's crazy. All right, but we got to give it up. And I don't know if the thing is, I don't think I want to go back to the drawing board and add removal to that deck because it just doesn't. I just don't know. I think that will change the deck in a way I'm not sure if I'm ready for on that one. I've always just enjoyed the just straight aggro part of that one. Let's go ahead and try this. This is definitely leans a little bit more in control with the white exile effects, and it ramps into our big stuff, which sometimes is helpful. So let's give that a shot. I'm pretty sure this deck helped me get out of some of the lower gold tiers before. And to be honest, if you really just want to get out of gold, mono red deck wins is always pretty consistent. I don't know if, like I said, if I have a good build of it right now. That might be something I do, is build that and we play that later in the week. That could be fun. Oh my gosh, my draws this morning. I'm having to do so much mulligan. Okay, finally something I can work with here. I just can't believe how much I've had to mulligan this morning. Alright. Okay, so here we go. We've got three ramp cards to start off with, which could be good, could be bad. I mean, okay, so we're up against some colorless Ginger Brute stuff, guaranteed unblockable with Ginger Brute, because I do not have haste. So he's going to be paying 1 to make sure it's unblockable. I'm expecting to see Karn coming out before long, possibly even Ugin in this type of deck. I'm not crazy about having to go up against that stuff, but that's where having the removal from our white exile spells will help. Alright, no, we're not going to attack. Let's see what happens here. Let's see. So we got some ramp on the other side. More Ginger Brutes. It'd be interesting to see what kind of removal our opponents bring into the table, because our Galta is coming out soon. And in colorless, I'm trying to think, what kind of removal does colorless have? Well, Ugin the Ineffable can exile a monocolor. Is it? I think it has to be a single color. I forget exactly how it works, but anyway, Ugin the Ineffable can remove. So that's, I'm sure, on the way, because I can't think of too much other removal in colorless. So right now, Galta's on the battlefield and not being dealt with. So let's see what happens. Okay, so he's got a potential blocker in Traxos. Traxos? I don't know. Okay. Oh, and he's got a way to untap it? Is that right? No, it taps. So okay, that's odd. Alright, so let's see. That's what I thought. So we can adapt that, and we still have enough to remove his blocker. Let's get rid of the blocker and swing. Alright, so the cool thing about the adapt is it gives more mana on Incubation Druid, and it makes it a 3/5, which is not bad on its own. So, pretty good deal there. And while these creatures, the Ginger Brutes and the Ornithopter, can block Galta, it's his trample that's so nice, because he's going to get through. So there's a lot going down over there, but it's not amounting to anything yet. And my guess is he's hoping to just hang out until like an Ugin or something really big shows up. So okay, so he's able to tap our Galta now. But in that case, we're just gonna swing with, well, everything except our 0/2, because I haven't adapted it yet. I'm gonna wait until after attacks to adapt that. I'm not even entirely sure why I'm waiting. Alright, so now we're forcing some blocks. We're going to deal some damage. But having Galta tapped is a little annoying. Because that is definitely, yeah, see, by waiting, I made sure I could attack with those. That's, I'll try to do that quick math. Sometimes quick math is effective, sometimes not. All right. So the good thing is we're sitting on Settle the Wreckage, but the bad thing is I don't know that swinging with an army is anywhere in the plan of this opponent's deck. I really think they're just going to try and stick an Ugin. That really feels like what's going on here. Ugin the Spirit Dragon, not Ugin the Ineffable. I'm sure they're both in this deck. But one's a win con. One, not so much. Alright, well, make up your mind there, Lucius. I noticed this morning I haven't paid as much attention to our opponent's usernames. That's usually something I enjoy doing. This is Lucius, by the way, everybody. Introduction here. Meet Lucius. Okay. So outside of being colorless, I'm not sure that that's a particularly great card, but okay. Okay, do I have enough to adapt? I'm not doing that quick math this time, guys. Alright. I'm not going to swing with that one. I'm only going to swing with the two that could survive being blocked by that 4-4. Okay, so we got our opponent down to 5. They're sitting on a 4-4. And some other utility artifacts that aren't bad, but Shambling Suit is power is equal to the number of artifacts and enchantments. So I mean, that's okay, I guess, since they're playing colorless, but it feels like that's a pretty significant card in this deck, maybe. And if that's the case, I don't know that I'm all that impressed. I am wondering, could I bait them? I think I'm going to try to bait an attack? And then settle the wreckage? Because, so they have Pacification Array, which can tap one of my creatures. He's building up this Shambling Suit. He's already got a 4-4. We might be able to bait. Nope. Not going to be able to do it right now. Okay, well that's fair. So now the question is, should we go ahead and swing while we can do at least some damage? I think so. I think first, let's get rid of the Ugin's Conjurant. Because if we swing with our 3-3 and 3-5s, we can at least kill the Shambling Suit. But we wouldn't be able to kill the Ugin's Conjurant, so let's get rid of it. So the 4-4 power toughness is gone, so no more 4-4. Okay, now they're going to tap one of our Incubation Druids, so 3-5 is down. But I'm going to go ahead and swing with my 3-5 and 3-3. I'm potentially losing Marwyn, which is really a good card, but not as necessary on my board right now. I mean, I can't cast Settle the Wreckage because I've got too many things tapped, and I've only got 2 planes up. But I like calling the bluff here and going ahead and dealing some more damage. Now our opponent's down to 4. They're in a position where they've got to start putting something on the board to keep up. Okay, so they're at 5. Oh, and now 7, gaining 2 life from that land. That's convenient. Radiant Fountain. Alright, that was very convenient. But, oh, we just found Nissa. This is going to be fun. Alright, let's swing with all we got. And we were able to do that while we still had priority and they couldn't use pacification array. So that's nice. Alright, so Crawling Barrens is now coming out of the 6/6, which we knew something like that was coming. So we're going to lose something, but we're still putting the pressure on. All right, and we have another blocker in Mobilized District, and we're losing something there. Okay, but we got our opponent down to 4, and Nissa's coming. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to bait an attack yet. So we're sitting on the Settle the Wreckage, just doing nothing right now. And the upside to Settle the Wreckage is you have to search for basic lands if you're the opponent who's targeted by it. And my guess with this colorless deck, they don't even have a basic land. So that would be really nice if we could cast Settle the Wreckage, but... Okay, so Unstable Obelisk is what he went to search for. If he pays 7 and taps it, he can destroy target permanent. So the question is he going to destroy one of my enchantments and get something back, or destroy my 1 creature? Or go after Nissa if I drop Nissa. I think I'm going to wait this out, let something else be destroyed, and then drop Nissa. So being 19-5, this is a little... this does not feel like 19-5. Like his board is really starting to build, and I'm not crazy about that. And my board not building out so much, but it's because I haven't found much card draw. I know I have the Great Hedge and also Beast Whisperer in this deck for the card draw. So the card draw is here. I just haven't come across it in my deck yet, and that's hurting me a little bit. Okay, Crystalline Giant is out with flying. This is good. We might actually get an attack before long. Oh, he's building up that Crawling Barrens to a 10-10 now. Ooh. Okay, now we have to make a decision. Do we let it go? I'm gonna let it go through as if we don't have anything, and then hopefully that baits a bigger attack. So this is either going to be really smart or really not, but I'm hoping we can bait a bigger attack. Do I have enough to play this? And yes, if I leave 2 planes up with but the Incubation Druid can be tapped, and then I won't have enough. Alright, let's just move on. Okay, so Incubation Druid is getting tapped. Okay, well, it doesn't matter how big the attack is, because I let that go through. I have to play Settle the Wreckage on their attack this turn, because I'm down to 9. Hopefully there's a payoff here. Hopefully our opponent isn't paying attention and swings with everything. Oh, only the 12-12. Well, alright, we'll get rid of We'll get rid of that. That's not as we wanted. We wanted a bigger attack there, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not crazy about where this is going now. I like that I found Beast Whisperer because I need card draw desperately, but oh, okay. So if we could get Nissa to stick around a turn, that would create extra land, and we could drop Finale of Glory. That would be really good. Let's see. I've got one, two. Let's say five. So 7 plus another 1, 2 would be 9 plus. If I could figure out how to tap that before it gets tapped by their stuff, that's 3. That's 12. That's exactly what I need. That would be exactly what I need to cast Finale of Glory and get all the 4/4 angels in addition to the 2/2 white soldiers. So I just have to get everything to stick around a turn. And I'm pretty sure if we pull off Finale of Glory, we're good. Okay, what's going to happen? And Nissa's destroyed. I forgot about that card. I held on to Nissa thinking that he was going to destroy something else, and then I forgot that card was over there. Well, so what we're probably going to have to do instead is just cast Finale of Glory forever how much we can and let that be it. So then we still can't block flying, which Crystalline Giant is now 3 turns from killing us. But I think I can drop enough 2/2s down because we get 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11. So we can cast for 9. Did I count that right? Let's see. I believe so. So we were 1 away. But I didn't really want to hold on another turn. Because Crystalline Giant's going to kill us in a certain amount of turns at this point. So now those 9 2/2s have to be dealt with. And our opponent may have a way of dealing with it. But I don't know. I think this is our best chance. Definitely our best chance. Ugin deals with it, so that's what we've been kind of expecting all along. Let's see what happens. Oh, he's cracking the Mind Stone to draw a card. My guess is he's probably hoping to find Ugin, because that's game over. But I feel like that was game over regardless of what was on my battlefield, if that happens. But definitely, Ugin takes care of my big threat. So now back to drawing cards. Hedron Archive just got cracked to draw 2 more cards. And a scoop. That was probably it. Probably looking for Ugin, didn't find it. Okay, finally a little bit of winning. The good thing about being in gold is, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So the losses didn't hurt us that bad. Alright, so we know that functions better than our aggro flyers. But I don't know if it's as interesting. I think, okay, my favorite deck is the Clerics, but I think I'm actually going to wait until tomorrow, and I might play the whole stream, or at least most of the stream with that deck, because I enjoy it that much. Okay, let's go with something similar that I think is a good... Yeah, I think we got a pretty good win rate with our Historic Vampires. we got to get out of gold, and I think this is a decent deck to help get out of gold. That's the only thing about the new season is, like, I don't care about making mythic, and so I don't care about making it in a certain amount of time. So I know like how the seasons function. I get that, but I would rather be stuck in one position on the ladder and play with the other people in that position than to have to climb the ladder every time. Because for me, climbing the ladder is not necessarily about the achievement so much as it is about getting to play the other people in that part of the ladder, if that makes any sense at all. Alright, let's see. I think I like having that out early, even though it's not going to trigger just yet. But we'll go for it. Cultivate. So ramping, I don't know. Right now with the meta, every time I see ramp, I'm just assuming they're going for Ugin. That just feels like the thing right now. Okay, so now we should get some effect off of Veto. Sanctum Seeker is going to trigger for each attacker, and then Veto triggers. So we gain a life and deal a damage essentially. I mean, they lose a life. And board wipe. Yay, not. The upside is Cruel Celebrant was on the board, and it deals damage, or they lose a life, whenever a creature dies. Now we'll use Sorin to go get... let's go get Cruel Celebrant back. That's fun. We'll need to uptick Sorin probably the next 2 turns, as long as he's on the board. Oh, I hate playing against control decks. It's just not fun. I mean, I like winning against control decks because I'm like, take that, but I don't know. How would you pronounce this player's name? I don't know. Bashat 44? I don't know. Lots of ramp in a control deck, I feel like can only mean Ugin. I don't want to see it, but it's coming. Alright, Arvid is not helpful just yet, so let's go here. Let's increase our damage dealt, which also increases our lifelink, because we're getting lifelink from Sorin, our Planeswalker. And now that we've got Marauding Blight Priest, is that right? Blight Priest on the battlefield, it's basically the same thing as Veto. And there's Ugin. We knew that was coming. Okay, do I not have removal? Oh, I do have... I don't know if I have good Ugin removal in this deck. Let's see. Alright, well, luckily we drew another Sorin. And we can go right back to our game plan. Oh, did those get exiled? Doggone it, I wasn't paying attention. Well, there's a misplay for you. Luckily, I didn't lose the loyalty since it didn't actually target anything. But my Ugin exiled my cards. They didn't go to the graveyard. Way to go. That was awful. That was very, very awful. And now here comes Nissa. Oh my goodness. Alright. I'm not sure how we're going to come out of this now. And that is the thing about a control deck. Once they settle in, you almost have to play their game, and if you don't play their game, control very well against them, it's gone too far at this point. And I think this particular game has gone too far. I don't think we're gonna. There's no. We don't. I don't think we can right this ship. We might play another turn or so just to see if anything goes our way. Minus and put Arbit out. That's not going to be all that helpful, but it's something. Like I said, I don't think we can right this, but we'll try another turn or so, just see if we can right the ship. I think it's over. Which, 29-9 sounds good, but so I don't know if I need. What doesn't matter? I'll say if I had to choose a block, I don't know that I would necessarily choose to block to save Soren, but it doesn't matter now. Yeah, no, we're done. Yeah. So what I hate about this is, so these matchups really just come down to matchup and style of play, right? That the Vampires deck is not a bad deck, but in this matchup, this style, if it doesn't hit certain things just right, I mean, it's not a good matchup. So, yeah, that happened. Speaking of things that happened, made it back to the gym last night. That was nice. Yeah, it felt really good. So, I don't know if you're a gym person. I wasn't until literally like about a week ago. And it feels really good to get to the gym now. What's really great is our whole family is doing it together. And going to the gym together makes a huge difference. I would have never been crazy about going alone. I would just be like, I don't feel like it today. And we kind of had a little bit of that. Like Sunday, there's things going on, don't really feel like it. And so we didn't go. But it's so much easier to go back when the whole family goes. Because it's like, we're all like, hey, we didn't go to the gym yesterday. Okay, well, let's go today. So that's really nice to have the whole family involved. Well, I can't pronounce that. All right. Wow, I've got nothing less. Okay, but I really do like Mavrin. Actually, I don't remember how many wildcards I spent on Mavrin, if this is the only copy or not. But the few times I've gotten to play with that card, I'm thinking I might go spend some more wildcards. Whenever one or more non-token vampires you control attack, create a 1/1 vampire creature token with lifelink. So if it stays on the board, it begins to generate a decent amount of tokens. And not that this deck necessarily wants tokens, but they're vampire tokens. So it does do what this deck wants to do. So we're going to go ahead and pay the 2 life for Godless Shrine. And let's get Gifted Aetherborn with its Death Touch and Lifelink. If it sticks, especially after next turn, if we can cast Legion Lieutenant and buff it a little bit, that's going to be really helpful. Although now, do I want to buff it now? Or... Ooh, okay. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do something a little bit different because we don't have to buff it. The two power is still significant. I think we're going to downtick Soren so that we have Soren on the battlefield is nice, but downticking to get another vampire on the battlefield, particularly Mavrin, so now we swing in with Gifted Aetherborn and create another vampire. The cool thing about this is we can sacrifice the token to the Soren Planeswalker. So that's going to be a nice little trick. So then all we're having to sacrifice is a little 1/1 token. But because it's a vampire, we can sacrifice it to Soren. Well, that just ruined everything. Are we playing against more control? I don't know why I have to always play against control. I'm whining a little bit now. I hate it. And I'm going to whine a little bit. I just played a control deck. I guess that's the thing. I need to come up with decks that are designed, and I think that's what tends to happen throughout the new season, especially having to get through gold and platinum to get through the season, is some decks that work don't work anymore, and I have to adapt. And typically, I have to adapt for these control decks because I don't typically build with those in mind. I typically just build what I want to build, and then go, oh wait, that sounds fun, but it didn't function as well as I thought, and so I have to go back and adjust it, and usually adjust it against control decks. Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on here. This is an interesting color combination. I can't tell, is this 4 or 5? It looks like, I think I see all 5 colors. We've seen Deafening Clarion. Is that how you pronounce it? Deafening Clarion? I think so. Now we got a Johnny the Great-Hearted. So there's life gain and... Okay, so we ramped into... I haven't seen this in a while, mainly because I'm sure it's everywhere in Standard. It does show up in Historic. It's a great card. I hate seeing that on the other side of the battlefield, for sure. Which is why I'm going to give our Marauding Blight Priest Death Touch. And oh, I should have given something else Death Touch. Oops. See, there's another misplay. Did you guys catch that? I should have given the Cruel Celebrant Death Touch because with this was already a 6/5, right? Yeah, because it already had a counter on it, or 2 counters. I don't know. I messed up. But at the end of the day, we'll still either get rid of the Elder Gargaroth or deal 7 lifelink damage, so that's nice. Alright, so we're definitely getting rid of the big, ugly creature that I don't like on the other side of the board. I had to lose our big creature, but that's okay. We can come back. Elder is a beast. Yes, Elder is a beast. And I wish I would have... Yeah, we'll pretend like we didn't see that because I totally misplayed that. Yeah, like I said, Standard, I know he's in Standard a lot. I haven't seen much in Historic lately. Not that we haven't seen him in Historic. We definitely have. But I haven't seen as much lately. I'm starting to wonder if this is qualifying as a 5-color good stuff, because this is... I don't know that I see a lot of congruency on the other side other than a lot of colors. Alright, so I think I'm going to hold off. Alright, I think I need to get this combo going sooner than later. And actually, it'll be even bigger because on my turn I have lifelink. So Veto's got to come out. Or, if I'm afraid of removal, we can go with the Marauding Blight Priest first, let it get removed, and then stick Veto. Either way, I don't know that it matters that much which combination we go there, but one of them's got to get on the battlefield. Of course, we just lost our lifelink. Ugh. We're losing stuff. And I still don't know for sure what's going on over here. Oh, I can't talk. Over here, except big stuff. It's like, it's just a big stuff deck. Ooh, that looks, yeah. Oh, no. That's going to hurt. I don't think we can come back from this. I really don't. I think looking at the board, I don't think we come back. I know 37 to 15 looks like it's in our favor, at least to some degree. I just, shoot, I don't know that I really want to block yet. I'm going to hold off. Luckily, I've got enough life I can hold off on blocking. I can hold on to my board and see what I want to do with it. And so we'll definitely do that. All right, so we've got Veto can give lifelink. I forgot about that. That's nice. All right, unfortunately, those didn't tap. So, all right, let's go here. I really need to pull something else that can help us get Death Touch or something there. D-Spark, yikes. I think I'm carrying D-Spark in this deck myself. I'm trying to remember. I know I don't have a lot of removal, but I have removal in here somewhere. I just don't remember what it is. But I need to get it. I really need to get some removal because what we've got going on right now is not working. Yeah, if you've watched much the last couple days, you have noticed that most of the decks I've been trying to play lately, which is a little disheartening because I don't think it's necessarily a good representation of all of my decks, but what I've been playing lately, that's a common theme, not enough removal. Oh, wow. Well, that's it, guys. That is it. We don't come back from this. We just don't. So there's no point in trying. We're done. All right. Vampires is fun, but that, I don't know what I'm calling that deck. I don't know if it was built around Golos. I think it probably was built around Golos more than anything. But yeah, that was brutal. Am I brand new? Yes, I'm absolutely brand new to streaming. Do you watch a lot of streaming? Let's see. I'm not brand new to Magic, I'll say that. I don't know if I've really talked much about my history so far. So I don't know if my bio does a really good job or not. I did start way back. I think so. The sets that I remember like the clearest from when I started playing are probably Tempest. Let's see. Whenever I go into viewer streams, they're always terrible. Your stream is great. Oh, awesome! Appreciate it. Hopefully we get some more viewers jumping on board before long. So yeah, Tempest is it? So Tempest block is like Tempest, Weatherlight. What was the other one? Stronghold. Like those are the blocks. Like when I jumped in, but I gave up shortly after that. But I was so fascinated with the game, I never like really went too far away from the game. I just didn't play much. And I don't remember if I gave away my cards. I've got to ask my buddy John, and he needs to be watching. So hopefully I get him to watch. I need to ask my buddy John if he remembers if I gave away my cards, because I feel like if I gave them to anybody, it would have been him. And he's probably thinking, no, you didn't give me any cards. Why didn't you? But I can't remember if I gave them away or sold them. But I got rid of all my cards for, I'd say, at least 15 years. I was away, but I remember jumping on and finding, like, I think it was Xbox. I found the products that Magic was putting out, video game wise, and that really hooked me back in. And then just like 2 years ago, I jumped back on when Arena came out. Oh no, the last PC game, was it Duels? Duels of the Planeswalkers? That kind of sucked me back in too. All right, do I still have a quest that I haven't finished yet? I think I do. Okay, I still need to cast blue and black spells. I can't believe it's taken me this all morning and I still haven't finished that quest. Duels, yeah, on the PC. It actually was fun. I was disappointed when they quit supporting it until I found out Arena was coming. Um, I really enjoyed that version. I haven't even looked at it in a while. I was deleting things from my computer, and I saw it. Where did I see it? Um, Steam, my Steam account, which I never get on Steam. Um, and I got on my Steam account, and there it was. It was Duels. I was like, oh, I remember that. That really sucked me in. But I tried playing Magic Online. Um, so yeah, one card at a time. Gosh, I remember that. Magic Online. I started playing it, and I think I may have played it for a few months, and then I heard about Arena, and I saw Arena, and I was like, nobody will ever play Magic Online again. I didn't. I've never touched it again. I mean, a few months and I was done. But I do understand why people do still play it. Um, I really do understand it. I just can't turn it on. Like, it's just awful. I don't understand why Magic the Gathering has not, or I say Wizards of the Coast. I don't understand why Wizards of the Coast hasn't figured out some way. And I understand how difficult it is. Don't get me wrong. It's got to be extremely difficult to fix that platform because it exists with all those cards. I get it. But something has to be able to be done. It's such an antiquated, awful platform. I don't understand why nothing's been done to Magic Online. Um, I won't, and I'll put it this way: I won't go back to it, but I want to. Like, I want to be able to get in and do the things that you can do on Magic Online with Commander. So many things you can do there. Okay, I have not talked about what I'm doing on this deck. This is my um, draw deck where I want to punish my opponent for drawing cards. So it's built all around um, this card here, Underworld Dreams. If you've ever played Underworld Dreams deck, you probably know it's fun but janky. Like, it is jank of jank. Um, so I've given my opponent all these cards with Stormfist Crusader, but they're losing damage as we do it. And now we've stuck in Underworld Dreams, and if I can start sticking things like Ironcrag Pyromancer, then it it can go our way really fast. But it's so janky. You got to work around things like I'm also losing life. I don't think I've got really much in here to help me counteract the life loss other than just trying to be aggro. Um, all right, Pyromancer, and then so normally I would attack, but I don't want to give anything there yet. So I'm gonna hold off. We're gonna dump one of these. I think maybe even, well, I don't have to get rid of one card. If I had to get rid of two cards, I might have just got rid of both of them. But all right, Underworld Dreams does its job. Down to 5. So next turn, if I can find, well, see, I'm gonna draw my second card. So next turn, I can probably just go 3 to the face, 2 here. I mean, it's over. Except there's lifelink on that side, and Lyndon's gonna give lifelink. So we're gonna have to stick something else. But I've got an untapped swamp coming in, so we can stick Ob Nixilis, and that might do the trick. We'll see. Unfortunately, there's already a fair amount of life gain built up over here, and that does put a damper on our plans. Let's go ahead, just block there, although I did debate on using one of these Crusaders to go ahead and block there. Maybe we should have done that. I don't know. Okay, Lyndon is beefier. Unfortunately, we're going to have to figure out how to deal with that. And there's life gain going on. So, okay, this is the thing about jank. It worked fine, and now it's starting to not work as fine. All right, I want to go to the face, but because there's potential for that to gain lifelink, I think it makes sense to get rid of what we can. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and stick that. I don't have any. Do I have anything? Oh, I do have something for 2. So let's get that going. Let's get rid of a creature. So that will slow things down a little bit. Nice. Okay. So again, super janky, but it's starting to do what it wants to do. And we're going to cast enough black spells. We're going to definitely get our quest done, which was one of our big things today. We're getting the quest done, and oh, no blockers. Let's go ahead and swing in with those. So we're going to have plenty of gold. I think I said yesterday that I was going to aim for Thursday to do a draft, and we all get to see how horrible I am at draft, which is pretty bad. It just is. So I think that we're going to stick to that plan. I'll definitely have enough gold. Well, for a premier, is that right? Yeah, premier draft is 10,000. Gosh, more life gain. That's really, really. Draft is fun, but I worked at it a while back to intentionally try to get better at it. And I did, but then I didn't stick to it, and so now I'm back to being awful at it. And the thing about a draft is it changes with every set as to how good, because you've got to learn how to draft each set. It's just different, and so I haven't put that kind of work into it in a while. Okay, I just killed myself. It's a fun deck, but that's the reality of playing this deck, is that can happen. Good times though. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was unlucky, I think, more than anything, because I get stuck against mono white life gain, like the one deck that really, I think, would have gave me the most trouble. And I didn't even get. I'm still 3 short. Okay, so I'm probably going to end around 7:45 again. I did that yesterday, and I'm trying to nail down my schedule. I'm thinking I'm going to stick to this morning schedule, and I'll probably be done around 7:45. So we got enough time to get in blue or black spells. I don't have a Demir deck. I'm almost certain I don't. So I think we may just run this one more time. I mean, it's the good thing about it is it's either going to win or lose pretty quick. Like, let's just do it again. See what we do. And so we just got to get 3 black spells. We at least get this quest out of the way, and then yeah, we'll have some fun. That's the other thing. It's unless I get a really horrible draw, odds are it's going to be fun, win or lose. So we'll go there. I'm covering up what my cup says with my hand. I don't know. I mean, you can see I'm drinking coffee, but my wife and I have these cups. Hers says I love his beard, and mine says I like. Oh no, I think it's like. I like. Yes. Hers says I like his beard, and mine says I like her butt. Well, I'm a teacher during the day. Hopefully, I can become more of a streamer than a teacher. But right now, I'm a teacher during the day, and I have to remember when I pick up that cup, because I teach online, and so I have to remember when I'm streaming to my students not to have that cup, because they may not understand whose butt I like. So I usually try to make sure I don't have that cup in my office. That's usually not an office cup. Okay, we've got our 3 mana and an underworld dreams early, so this is really good. Let's not attack because there's potential for losing that, so we don't want to do that yet. And I don't think green's gonna gain all the life that last deck gained, so I think ramp. I was just about to say ramp and the black being targeted removal. That's gonna hurt, but I think we can overcome that a little easier. I'm not going to pay the 2 life because I'm just going to pay or play the Underworld Dreams, and so I didn't need that untapped. So there's no point in losing 2 life there. Okay. So now what I'm worried about is this thing outpacing us, and I'm not having enough blockers. So I think we're going to get the Iron Crag out. Or Iron Crag? Iron Crag. Let's get the Pyromancer out to block. I think we need that right now. Alright. Ooh. That Song of Freyles. I haven't seen that in a long time. It's a fun card. It just, yeah. So this is going to hurt a little bit. Watch, there's probably some kind of giant growth or coming, something's coming out. All that untapped mana, something's coming out. Oh, okay, it's not what I expected, but... Okay, can I get enough blockers now? I need another land so I can at least cast maybe those 2 or these 2. I think I prefer this one as a blocker. So another land and I would go, okay, but I don't get the land. So we could force a sacrifice with Rankle, but that doesn't help us enough, I don't think. I think I need to force a block. And we've got to get this back on our side here. Ooh. See, again, we see these type of decks a lot at this level. Once you get out of gold and platinum, this doesn't show up a lot. Because a board wipe ends this deck. It's very difficult to play jank against this kind of stuff, because I don't necessarily bring board wipes in this deck. Maybe I should, but... because I'm trying to get it to do the things I want it to do. I'm not necessarily bringing things that I would bring in other more competitive decks. But, I mean, a board wipe ends that deck. Okay, did we at least get 3 black spells this time? I know I got 2. Did all I get was 2? Am I going to be sitting on 29? I didn't count. Okay, good. Good deal. Alright, so I'm only a few thousand away. We'll pick up the rest of the 10,000 we need tomorrow, and then Thursday do a draft. I think I'm going to try to stick to that schedule. I mean, it's all in experimental mode right now, trying to figure out what to do, because yes, I am new, and yes, I don't, if you go to my Twitch to the schedule, you won't see anything yet. So yeah, I think that's going to be the plan right now, though, is to finish getting to 10,000 tomorrow, get on Thursday and do a premier draft. I think Kaladesh will still be around, so I think I'll draft Kaladesh. Maybe I'll take some time between now and Thursday to try to figure out the best way to draft. And again, that's my thing, is if I just go in blind, it's so crazy trying to go in blind on a draft, or any limited sealed draft, anything like that. So I mean, I guess in theory, you don't want to go in blind even in constructed, but so I play Commander and Paper a lot, and it's a lot easier to go in blind there, because I mean, it's so casual that you get away with it. You just build a good Commander deck, and you just figure other Commander decks are just going to be fun, and it's multiplayer, so it's just a lot easier. But I'll have to do some reading up on the Kaladesh draft to see what I think. And then the other thing is, it's very different doing Premier Draft versus, I do a lot of the Quick Draft. Well, in the Quick Draft, you're going to play against cards that you draft, which doesn't make sense, because in draft, you shouldn't have to play against cards that you draft, because in theory, especially if it's rares, if you draft it, it's probably not going to exist in the draft pool anymore. I mean, obviously, there's plenty of commons and uncommons to go around. So that's always weird when I do a quick draft. It's like, oh, what am I looking at? But, all right, I'm going to go ahead. It's a little early. Like I said, I went to about 7:45 yesterday, and that worked out really well. But I'm going to go ahead and jump off now and be back. The plan is to be back tomorrow to 6:15 is what I've done the last couple days, and I may even go ahead and post that schedule on Twitch before long. Um, so 6:15 to 7:45 is about an hour and a half. That's kind of what I've been aiming at so far. Trying to catch those early morning folks. I've thought about trying to treat it almost like a show that you could listen to even if you can't watch it. And so I'm going to work on maybe practicing, how I speak and see if that's something possible. Maybe I can catch some people on their drive to work. We'll see how it goes. All right, folks. Thank you very much for hanging out with me this morning. I'm going to go ahead and hop off